What's good, everybody? I'm Jerry, about to check out when wrestlers look wrong with certain titles. This video is by Polana Productions. Of course, one of my favorite wrestlers of all times growing up was Batista. I used to love when Batista would walk down SmackDown down that ramp wearing the World Heavyweight Championship. Once he went to Raw in 2008 or 9, he ended up winning the WWE Championship, the Spinner Championship, in a steel cage match. Well, he lost in the steel cage. He won it on Raw. I do remember that. And when he held it, it looked so terrible. Like when Triple H had the WWE Championship. Anybody that had that Spinner Championship after John Cena looked terribly wrong with it. Looked so wrong with it holding the championship, and they especially when they used to have the World Heavyweight Championship at the same time. But we're about to hop into this video and check out when wrestlers looked wrong with certain titles. Let's go.
There are certain championships that just look right on some wrestlers. For example,
John
the
Cena,
WWE Spinner Belt looks perfect on John Cena. It looks like it was made for him. Well, it actually was specifically created for him. But when you think of John Cena, that design comes to mind. This is why the World Heavyweight Championship looks so weird on John Cena. He won the big gold belt
in
2009 and 2013, and it just did not look right on him both
Batista,
times.
Triple H,
the only time it looked acceptable
Randy Orton
was when he became the undisputed champion, but other than that, the big gold belt
Edge
was not for John Cena.
Anybody that held that Spinner belt after winning the World Heavyweight
Championship
didn't look good.
Looked better on anyone else.
Yeah.
There was nothing better.
And Batista came down with the Armani suits, the designer suits every week.
Song with the title around his
waist,
man. Followed by his insane pyro.
Yeah.
The World Heavyweight Championship belonged to
when he went to Raw,
WWE
it just messed it up.
On the other hand, did not look great on him. He was feuding with John Cena when he held this belt, and it never felt like he actually really had the belt. You know what I mean? Like, it just felt like he stole it in the storyline, and we were all waiting for John Cena to get it back. To be fair, it is very hard for most people to pull off the WWE Spinner Belt design. Some guys did manage to do it, like Randy Orton, Edge, or even CM Punk, but it did not work on most people. Just look at Kurt Angle holding the title. He never won it, but this was when he was feuding with John Cena, and he stood tall with the belt.
It didn't look right on
and
Triple
H.
It
just looked goofy on him. Kurt Angle was able to pull off
the
World
Heavyweight
Championship and the Undisputed title, but the Spinner was not.
And I remember Kurt Angle winning the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown the same night Batista vacated the championship because of injury. Kurt Angle won it in a 20-man over-the-top rope battle royal. He came from Raw to SmackDown just to win that match. Good times, man. I remember that night like it was just yesterday.
It's not for him. Even legends like Chris Jericho and Shawn Michaels couldn't pull off this belt. These look like cursed images if we're being honest. Who knows, maybe this is why they didn't win the WWE title around this time, purely for aesthetic reasons. You know who surprisingly pulled off the WWE Spinner Belt look? Triple H. I'm not saying it looked the best on him. I think it did not look odd at all when he was holding that belt. However, the belt that fit him the best was the World Heavyweight Championship. If you don't associate that title with Batista, then Triple H has got to be the person on your mind. And I'm speaking about it when it was in the WWE, because I know for some people, they associate that title with Goldberg, Hulk Hogan, or Ric Flair. Anyways, it is funny that Triple H managed to pull off that Spinner Belt, but he failed with the Undisputed title. It's a good thing that belt moved over to SmackDown because it just did not look right on Raw during the Reign of Terror. It was better off with guys
that Undisputed Championship title design. I love that title design, bro. That's still one of my favorite title designs of all time. That and the World Heavyweight Championship. Those are like my 1 and 2 as far as WWE. The original TNA World Heavyweight Championship that came out in 07 is my third. That's like my top 3 championship designs of all times.
Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker, and Kurt Angle. Let's move on to the mid-card championships, because this is where things get even weirder. I always found it odd when I saw main event guys drop to the mid-card scene. Like Randy Orton won 14 world championships, so over the years I only pictured him with the WWE or the World Heavyweight Championship. Even both at times. By the way, nothing tops this aura. Randy holding both belts at WrestleMania 30 is one hell of a look. Anyways, Orton won the
It didn't look right when Daniel Bryan won it,
and it did not feel right at all. I think what makes it even worse is that he randomly grew out his hair that year. When you see this hair and the U.S. title, it just feels like a Photoshop job. This does not feel real. The only acceptable mid-card title on Randy was the IC title from the Ruthless Aggression era. That
I don't even remember Randy Orton even holding the United States Championship.
Not a decorated world champion at the time. The same thing happened to Roman Reigns in 2016 when he got into that feud with Rusev. The WWE noticed that fans practically rejected the big dog after his world title runs and WrestleMania main events, so they placed him in the mid-card for a little bit where he became the US champion, and it never looked right on him. I think he was better off not winning the title than looking like this. Yeah. And then you've got the Big Show looking like a goofball with this small
Big Show looked better with the United States Championship back in the day. I feel like Seth Rollins wore the United States Championship the best, in my opinion.
Intercontinental Championship. I think Big Show looks fine with the world titles he's won. Even the tag belts fit him well, but you cannot say the same thing for the IC title. First off, the retro design looks weird on him, and then the size of the belt makes it even worse. Cody should have never lost that title to him because that belt just looked perfect on Cody Rhodes. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and here are some other videos I think you might enjoy.
Alright, y'all, that was a great video, man. Let me know down below in the comments of what y'all thought of my reaction to this video, and who y'all feel like other wrestlers look wrong with certain titles, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.